Yes, good morning. I'm the name of Ultamagus Abdunul. In our video today, we shall talk about a concept called fundraising, because some projects may need some money, may need some capital. So basically, if I may start with the concept of raising income for your project or for your business and the like, you can raise, you can either fundraise or raise income. So for the process of fundraising, this is where you seek and gather voluntary financial contribution by engaging individuals, businesses, organizations, charity organizations, foundation, government agencies. So this is a voluntary financial contribution. Yeah, that's fundraising. Then other people can raise capital, where capital is the process by which a business goes through in order to raise money so that the business can start off. So in raising capital, we have equity and we have debt. So then for the equity, if at all you are to go equity, this is the raising of capital, whereby you exchange a percentage of the business ownership with that person who's giving you the capital. Yeah, so you may not be having the resources or the money or the funds, so you exchange the percentage of the ownership of the business. But remember, it's you who will be running the business or the project. Then the last, we have debt raising. This is the exchange of a debt in return of capital. So some of you can go and borrow. But now today I'm going to talk about fundraising, because some projects are too huge, and those in social work who want to do community work may have issues of fundraising. So as we have defined it before, fundraising is the process of gathering and seeking voluntary financial contribution by engaging individuals, organizations, agencies, foundations in order to raise capital so that the project starts on. Now we have, if I told you you are going to do fundraising, it's better you have a project, you have some project management, because when you're going to meet that funder, you have to explain to them, and this has to be into a project plan. Yeah. So basically, when you are talking about project management, this is just a process of leading the team that you're going to use in order to achieve the specific goals and meet specific successful criteria at a specified time. So basically, even if you're going to meet a funder, you have to have the goals. Okay, like I want to get the street children off the streets. Then you should have the specific success criteria. What's the methodology? How are you going to do it? What is your team? What are your your parameters of success? Yeah. Then what is the specified time period? And also you should quantify how many you have to remove from the street. So basically, you have to create a detailed plan, and this one has to include objectives, the scope, the budget, the time frame, and the milestones. So even in case of the budgets, let us be realistic, because some of you do some bit of plans or project plans and the like, and since you are doing fundraising, you seeking help from people, you put numbers, figures that are really not realistic. So even when you are doing this fundraising, when you are, or the fundraising bit of it, when you have made the fundraiser, basically in your plan you should know how to manage the risks and other issues, whereby the project manager should identify and mitigate potential risks and promptly address the issues when they arise. So even in your plan, you can highlight the risks that can do what? Come up. And then you have to closing the project and then the measure of success, because you have to say by the end of the project, this end of this time frame, this is how I'll close my project at the end of. And then most cases you have to, when projects come to end, so these projects may come to end when the objectives have been achieved, or when they have failed to achieve the project objectives. Now, even when you're having this objective, it's better you show the funder or someone who you are going to get money from that despite the fact that I will have this project, this is how I can raise revenue or can raise money so the project continues running. Because some funders will give you money for a specific period of time. So basically, it should be innovative, even if it's should have some element whereby the project should really finance itself in case the funder pulls out, or when they in case the funder pulls up all of a sudden, there should be some income generating stuff. Like I can give you an example. You can look for funding for a project of maybe skilling girls in making of maybe pads and the like, and these pads you are going to take them to schools. So basically it may start as a voluntary, it may start like you are giving these pads free of charge. So you can say that the skilling will be free of charge, but then the pads that are going to be made can be sold, so that this money that you're using comes back to the project. So that way, when you present such a plan to the funder, most cases you are likely to get the funding, because they are rest assured that the goal will be achieved with or without the funder. If at all the project ends, there's a funder. Now there are some strategies, fundraising strategies and techniques that you should be knowing. One, should define the funding. Yeah, the funding. Which kind of funding do I need? I need the partial, I need the full funding. Which kind of funding do you need? The resources you need. Two, it's better to work with sponsors and partners. Yeah. So it's very crucial when you work with for fundraising, so that they provide support and the like. So sometimes you as alone, you may not be able to achieve those goals, and then you can work with partners. You can bring other people on board, then you ask for that money, because sometimes the goal may be too big, or sometimes these other people are expertise or their history may find that they are good in this thing, and then you try to lobby for resources as a group. So also three, there should be effective communication and marketing, the audience awareness and effective communication are crucial. Basically, you should be having good communication when you compare to these funders and the like. In case you are given this funding, there should be regular update of the project, yeah, the short-term goals that have been achieved, yeah, the activities that are made. You should give reports, because remember, you're using these people's money. So, and then we have donor care and stewardship. So you should always ensure that these donors feel valued and appreciated. Yeah. So when you build that strong relationship between your funder, like as I've said, giving them reports, maybe inviting them for some of the special events. Like if at all you're having an event of handing over these street kids to maybe the rehabilitation centers, it's better you call on the funders, so that can give you a good relationship with the funder, so that maybe later on there can be recurring funds. They might be like, okay, we funded you for 1 year, but then because of this, you're going to give you more funding. So now the best practices in the project scope. Yeah. So you are having this project. Yeah, and then you want it to be funded. These are the best practices. These are the things that you should always look at. Should I understand the business objective of that project objectives? What are they? Then how am I going to achieve these objectives? 2, you should choose a team. the team roles and responsibilities. If you're having this project you want to do for the street children, there should be someone of social work. Maybe you have some of the health worker, they can be a counselor. So the team roles and experience is crucial when you're to win that funding, because basically they will look at the team. Will this team really be able to achieve? And then you should establish a clear statement of the work. Some of you, basically, when you put the paper, when you bring that paper to the funder, he clearly does not understand what work you're going to do. You're mixing up things. You're talking about street children, then later on you're talking about the pads, then you're talking about other things. Like, you should have a clear, the target group, the work objectives, and how the team and everything should be related to the goal, yeah, the vision of that project or the goal. So basically, if at all you write it like that, the funder will actually know the clear statement of your work. I think this is how I'm going to do my work to achieve this. This is how I'll do it, using this resources, using this kind of budget and the like. And then you should create a realistic timeline, because these funders may be in Europe or anywhere, but then they can make research. You can't say that you're going to remove 10 street children from the street in a period of 1 year. That is not realistic. So basically, when you are to quote the figures and the like, because this is going to go against the project costs, so it should be realistic that I'm going to do this and this and this time frame. Remember, the time frame can also, it's like a scope. So we are talking about the project scope, whereby you should understand the objectives. You should bring on you understand the team roles and experience. If you have a better team, the experience is good, yeah, you can really win that funding. Then you should establish a clear statement of your work. When you want to do fundraising, you want people to give you money, what's the clear statement of work? Then you should have create a realistic timeline. Then this period of time, this is when I will be having my work. So we have fundraising plans and execution. What you should do in fundraising plan, your plan and execution, if you're going to execute that fundraising. One, you should define your goals and roles. Remember, your fundraising maybe from government, from foundations, from NGOs, from individuals. Yeah, we have some of the rich people you want to give them. First of all, you should define your goals and objectives, because this is where someone will pick interest from. Then from that, you should define the target. You should define your target group, yeah, your target audience. Because someone may be attached that, oh, if at all they're street children, if at all they're adolescent girls, the school children, I want to get them scholastic materials. Yeah? So you should always define your target group. Then you should create the fundraising plan. How am I going to fundraise? Yeah, the plan, as I've told you, it's it has to be having the budgets, the scope, the team. Yeah, they should be having the scope, the budget, the team. It should be having realistic timelines. And then last, you should track progress and evaluate results. So most cases, you should track the progress of fundraising, that, okay, I've gotten this kind of money and these are the results. This is what I've used in this money. So I'll talk about some of the myths, 7 myths that I talked about when doing fundraising. Whereby some people say that fundraising is only about getting cash. Fundraising is not all about getting cash, because sometimes you may fundraise, someone not be having cash as fundraising, but can give you maybe fuel, can give you the resources, maybe a car, then can give you even those materials you are fundraising for. You can say that I'm fundraising for to provide pads for children, the girls. Someone may give you the real pads. Fundraising for scaling the the girl child. Someone will give you the sewing machines, can give you those machines. So basically, fundraising it's not about getting cash. Some of you look at fundraising cash. Second, raising money is all about knowing the rich people. So some of you have this myth that in order to get this fundraiser, should be knowing the rich people. No, it's all about the person who's having that giving heart. Because you might find the rich people, but when they won't give you, so you should be knowing how to knowing those people who will fund you. So you should be knowing the objective. Are they those in line with what I'm doing? If I do this kind of work, am I achieving their goal? Then 3, in fundraising, one person gives and the other person receives. That's a wrong myth, that in fundraising one person receives, the other person one person gives, the other one receives. Remember, it's a common goal. If I told them to take street children off the street, someone's going to give me the funds to do that. But remember, it's not that one gives and others receives. Me, I'm receiving the money that has given me. But in long run, it will help that person, because the streets will be decongested. There will be low drug abuse. Yeah, there will be the crime rate will be low. So it's a two-way. Then you should always try to tell a donor as much about your organization or project as possible. Some of you tend to have this kind of wrong myth that you have to tell the donor about your project, explain a lot. No. It's all about acting smart. Write something that is detailed, remove the irrelevancy, write something that is detailed, and talk the facts. And another myth, when you are making your case to the donor, statistics and facts are the only things that matter. Some of you, when you are making this fundraising bit of it, you write a lot of facts, a lot of statistics. Sometimes these funders may not be interested in the facts and statistics and the like. Yeah, they may be interested in them, but it's not that the gist of the story that I have to engage more into these facts and statistics and the like. Remember, this is a plan. Clear the objective. They need to know the team, how you're going to achieve them, the resources needed, the budgeting. So don't dwell more into the facts and statistics. Then another myth is that a greater fundraiser is an individual. Is an individual and that he or she works mostly alone in achieving the success. Some of you have this myth that if I told you are going to get this a greater fundraiser, yeah, that when you're going to get this money, that you have to do alone. Some of you want to work in silos, but it's a wrong thing. It's better you fundraise as a group. Yeah, you seek for money as a group for one common good. Sometimes it becomes really, the project gets, and you can have a large target audience and then achieving success easily. Then another myth is that the internet has completely changed how we do fundraising. No, currently most of the fundraisings are the internet. So it's better off some of you are thinking of this kind of fundraising where you're going to go organization door to door, call on the community to fundraise this. No, the internet has a lot of resources, has a lot of sites where you can do fundraising. And the internet has not changed anything. It has just made things easier. So what you should do is to know, is my project in line with what they are fundraising? Is the fundraiser interested in this? Which kind of project is he fundraising? What is the scope? What is the amount of money that is fundraising? Yeah. What kind of relationship can I put between me and the fundraiser? So the internet has changed nothing about fundraising. So basically, that's all I can talk about fundraising. And those who are online can again watch the next video, which talk about grant writing, the details about writing those grants when you want to seek for funds. Thank you.